Welcome back. This next practice is one that I use very often. This is going to be variations of writing practice. I'd like for you to get out your pen and paper. It could be scrap paper. It could be, whatever is comfortable for you to use. Again, I use little books like this because they're just easy for me to carry around and have on the go. And we are going to do a couple of practices. One of them is going to be a stream of consciousness writing. This is really good for just getting out all the chatter and the things that you have to do and the lists and the priorities and the worries out of your system onto the paper and out of your brain. Another one we're going to do is going to be a peaceful visualization exercise. So this is a little more of a meditative practice. So let's get our paper out and get ready to write. Again, don't worry about the product so much as the practice of writing and how our brains and bodies respond to this practice. Okay, so for this exercise, I put on a timer for 2 minutes. But for yourself, you might notice that you can do maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. But the idea is to just fit these little practices into your day. So whatever works for you is fine. Let's start with 2 minutes today. I'm going to put on a timer for 2 minutes, and I'd like you to just simply write stream of consciousness. Don't try to think about it too hard. Don't try to reread what you've written and analyze it, but just let it be a flow state of just getting things out on the paper. And you'll be surprised once the timer starts, we just start to go. And you might think, I have nothing to write about, but it starts to come out. So just let whatever comes out, come out, and we'll see how it goes at the end. Okay, so that's it. You don't have to reread this. This isn't for anybody else to read. This is just for you. You don't have to worry about what you wrote. You don't even have to keep it if you don't want to. Sometimes that stream of consciousness writing, I just throw out because I like to just get it out of my system and just let it go. So that's for you to decide. The next practice we're going to do is a peaceful visualization writing exercise. This is also a meditation practice where you think of a place that you've been that you love that made you feel at peace. It could be a place in nature, or it could be a place in someone's home or your own home or, backyard. It really doesn't matter. But the idea is that it's a place that you can visualize, that you have seen in person. And what you do, if you'll join me now, is to close your eyes And focus on not only what you see there, but what you might hear, maybe smell or feel, or even taste if that's associated with your memory. How does this peaceful place make you feel? And I'd like you to just open your eyes, and when the timer starts, start writing about your peaceful location. And that's that one. You might notice the difference between a stream of consciousness writing practice and a peaceful visualization writing practice, that your language becomes a little more floral in your peaceful visualization, right? You become a little more descriptive. It's less about things I have to do, things that are on my mind, and more about this ideal scenario. So this is really powerful for the brain. And also just getting into that flow state of creating is really powerful. But even just sitting for a couple of moments and visualizing your peaceful place, your favorite place to be, maybe visualizing a loved one and trying to think of all the details, all the sensory perceptions that you can pick up. It's amazing how our brains respond. Our brains respond as if we are actually there experiencing it. So I'd like you to use that in various ways. Perhaps you don't have time to sit down and write, even though it's just 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes or so. Perhaps you just want to spend a couple of moments to visualize something peaceful. Some examples I can give you just from my own experience have been like favorite weather, favorite food, loved ones, specific memories with loved ones, almost reenacting that. Favorite places, favorite colors even. Even one time I wrote about my favorite lamp that I grew up with. It really doesn't matter, but if you're in the mindset of things that make you feel good, again, your brain responds as feeling good from that process. Another writing practice that you can consider is positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are when you write something that you would like to happen, but you write it in a way that this is going to happen. So let's say I want to make a beautiful meal for dinner that's like so delicious. Instead of writing, I really hope I can cook or something like that, I will write, I am going to create a beautiful meal for my family, something like that. Me personally, I'm a songwriter, so sometimes I have trouble finding inspiration. So sometimes I'll write affirmations like, I can find inspiration from everyday life. I can find something beautiful in anything. And it changes my mind to start basically looking for something beautiful, basically looking for something wonderful and everyday that I can write about. And it starts to make me more grateful and more aware of all the great things that do happen in life and all the things that we can be appreciative of that we don't often act in appreciation. I hope that can be helpful for you. Those are a lot of different writing techniques that you can incorporate. Choose what works for you. Try all of them first so that you get an idea of what works for you. And try different times a day. Perhaps you'll find first thing in the morning is nice to do 2 minutes of writing while you're sipping your coffee or your cup of tea. Maybe at the end of a long day, you just do that stream of consciousness to clear your mind and let yourself rest. Something that I do before a presentation is to write so that I focus my mind so that when I go into the presentation, I feel more open and aware. I hope this is helpful for you. Enjoy.